Twice I emptied that yesterday, including before supper last night. So, yeah, that hammered down last night. I'm so happy. Right, one last whip round the cattle before I go. I'm off to have me nashers cleaned this morning. I go 2 or 3 times a year. Now I'm getting a bit older. I kind of like the idea of keeping as many of my teeth as I can in my head. So, and I am what they would call a lazy brusher. I mean, I do brush my teeth in the morning and in the evening, you know, but I don't floss enough and I don't do this enough. I always get told off by the dental hygienist saying, well, you could really do a better job of it. And I go, yeah, I really could, but I'll come to you 3 times a year instead and you can finish off what I started. So, okay, everyone's happy in there. We've got jobs to do, we come back because the bedding is damp because it lashed down last night. Lashed. I haven't told you what day it is yet, have I? Morning world, welcome to Thursday 28th of March. What is it with those sonic toothpicks they have at the dentist? You sit in the chair with your mouth open and they're working at this end, but it's the other end that goes all puckered up and tight. Never quite got around that. So well, there was a couple of moments then where I almost turned inside out. It's like, yeah. Right, I got the chaps to hang a gate earlier, which they did, but they didn't tighten it up, so we're going to do that now. Make a little adjustment. That way. Basically, I want to lift that end up a bit because he's dragging the floor over here. I'm going to come here with the skids in a minute and just push that back. And I'm going to open that gate right the way around then. Right, I haven't videoed much of this because it's just been pitting down with rain. But we've basically cleared most of the yard now. It's a bit of a mucky quagmire. So I hope you bring your wellies if you're coming. There's nothing I can do about that. I can scratch off what I can, but we've pretty much used all the last of our stone now. So we're going to open that gate there, which will be the first time we've ever really used that gate, and that one. And then we'll have parking in here, I hope. Parking down the side of there. And if I really have to, I'll let cars go at the back. But it is, well, that's where the muck heap is. It's a bit there. But it's a case of it's either that or parking out on the road, and people don't mind a little bit. It's only a little bit. I mean, we have scratched the yard about and tidied it up quite a lot, but yeah. If we had this thing in the summer, probably wouldn't be a problem. Apart from the fact that, well, I'd be too busy, wouldn't be to do it. So, yeah. The only thing that's going to spoil this day on Saturday is the weather. I'm not going to let anything else dampen my spirits. It's a case of, we're doing it, it's happening. Let's make the best of it we can. Right, in for a bit of dinner. Then I've got to go to Yardé and pick up some merchandise. My wife and daughters have told me, they told me Monday, well, no, actually, that's not true. They actually said to me about a month ago, am I going to get some merchandise? This is, yeah, if you really want to. And then Monday they said, have you done it? Well, sort of. And that was a, so no then. Yeah, no. So fair play to Monarch. I ordered it on Monday and I'm picking it up. Well, it's Thursday, I'm picking it up today, so. Keen as mustard they are. Keen as mustard. So Martin's having a week off. He had some holiday to, even though he's been off for over a month, he had some holiday to take, so he's off this week. I think Ewan's off for a couple of days next week. But yeah, the guys finished the job they were on this morning, and I said, rather than send you off anywhere else, It's so blinking wet. We're having this function on the weekend, this charity do. We may have to alter some of the plans a bit around car parking and stuff. Hence the reason we've been clearing the yards up and sort of moving stuff. But I've done the vast majority of it with the skid steer. But there's just some tittle farting around to do. So, I mean, it's raining again. It's piddling down again. But I said to them, right, can you go around all the yards where folks are going to be parking? And bearing in mind that this is an event for kiddies, there's Easter egg hunts and stuff like that. Just go around the yard where everybody's going to be parking and just hazard spot. Said, bearing in mind you're going to have little kids, toddlers, they're wandering around. So I said, if there's a bramble sticking out of somewhere, cut it, remove it. If there's a loose stone somewhere, if they go climbing on something, move it. And they're going, oh. I said, well, look, no, we're insured. We paid the insurance premium to do this thing. I said, but that doesn't mean I want anybody to claim on the insurance. I'd rather they didn't, and I'd rather nobody got hurt. So they're out in the wet again now. They thought they were going to get away with it, with not getting wet this afternoon. They thought, we'll do a job in the dry. It's bank holiday tomorrow. Not coming into work tomorrow, but we'll do a job in the dry. And yeah, fantastic. And I've sent them back out in the wet again. So yeah, it was like, oh, goody. We're back outside in the wet again, getting mucky. But it's like, it's a farmyard. And over a period of time, we develop little corners of muddles here and there. Well, you've seen my muddles. I got muddles here and there. It wanted tidying up anyway. I've done the vast majority of it with the skid steer. But they're just doing the bits that need a little bit more finesse, you know, hands and stuff. So that's what they're doing now for the next 2 hours. Is hazard recognition, hazard mitigation, basically anything that could hurt a little titty. I don't mind if a kid gets dirty, falls over, gets a bit mucky, don't mind that. But I don't want any bruises, I don't want any blood, and I don't want any screaming because there's something hanging off. You know what I mean. So it's supposed to be a fun day. We don't want anybody ending up in A&E or anything like that. So, but we are going to have to say to parents, like, you know, remember this is a farm. It's a working farm. There are livestock. There will be substances you will not want your children to be playing in. We're going to try and keep you separated from those substances as best as we can. But if someone's determined enough to climb over a gate or something, they could come into contact. I'm going to put a physical barrier between people and the cattle sheds. So my job tomorrow afternoon, when we've got back from fetching Richard's tractor, is basically I want to get in, get everything cleaned out tomorrow afternoon. Everything with a nice fresh bed. I'm hoping tomorrow and Saturday are dry days. So if we could do it all tomorrow afternoon, it should keep until Sunday. Fingers crossed, I hope that's the case. And then once it's all done and everything's fed and everything's bedded down, I'm going to use our cattle hurdles and maybe even a few sheep hurdles and a few other bits and bobs, and I'm going to block off the certain parts of the bottom yard where I don't want people getting down involved, especially children. So, but I'm hoping most parents will keep an eye on their kids and take on the responsibility of keeping them safe. I'll do everything I can, but yeah, mums and dads, if you bring in your kids, look after them. It's a farm. Stuff happens on farms. So let's keep it a happy, safe day. So Monday, I rang Nathan at Monarch. It was Nathan or Paul I spoke to, one of them, and I said, can you do us some merchandise? And they said, how much do you want and when do you want it? And I told them what we wanted, and he said, we could probably do half of it. So we will have, I think, some mugs, and I think we will have some biscuit toys. I got a funny feeling that's the only thing we're going to have time for. I mean, I gave them a really short window to do anything in, so I appreciate the bit they've done. But yeah, so if you were at our little show, you can buy a Farmer P mug and a Farmer P biscuit toy. No hats, they can't get them done in time. But yeah, and there will be, like I said, the stickers are free. If somebody comes up and says they want a sticker, they can have a sticker. So they're free. Oh, bloody weather. It's 9 degrees C out there, and I think by the end of the day we will have had somewhere between 8 and 10 millimeters of rain again. It was forecast heavy first thing in the morning. Well, it was heavy around about 1-2 o'clock in the morning, so if that's first thing, then it was. And then it was forecast heavy stormy showers and wind. Well, they were right. It is windy, and it's just rain. It's just rain. I got a funny feeling by Sunday I'm going to be looking at the field where we're holding this little thing. It's Howard. Hello, mate. And I'll be crying in my soup because I got a funny feeling the field's going to be ruined until the next shower of rain and an hour with the roller, and then it'll be all back again. So we're going to restrict how many vehicles. We've cancelled any camping. Some people want to come camping. We basically said we can't. If a car has to go out there for something, then maybe we'll go out there. But we might have to pull them back out. So Simon G actually very kindly messaged me last night and said that I wanted to come over with his tractor and winch, because that might be the cleanest way of getting folks out, is literally, if he comes over with his Voltra and timber winch, we can literally park out up by the gate and just pull folks out with the winch, so a lot less mess. I may well take him up on that if it stays wet. I love traffic lights. Did I ever mention I love traffic lights? I love them a lot. Especially when no one's doing any work. Let's put some traffic lights up. There's not a hole, there's nothing. And I bet they're there all over the blooming bank holiday weekend. Let's put some traffic lights up and slow all the traffic down. What for? Oh, no reason. We might want to start work there next Thursday, but we'll put the lights up today just in case. Foreman might want to go and have a look at it. You know, better have him safe. Put some traffic lights up. It's a 40-mile-an-hour zone. They could do it with bloody stop-go signs. I was having a chat with a farmer friend yesterday, and straw came up in conversation. And he was saying, a friend of his had been to some auction somewhere and had bought some straw. And I said, God, so ridiculous prices, like £120 a tonne. He goes, no, 155 was the top price, so wherever this sale was, £155 a tonne. Said 6-string bales were going for 75 quid. That's the bales we have. So one of those straw bales, £75, and I get through 2 a week. 150 quid for straw a week. And we're a little farm, and I'm fairly sparing with our straw. I don't chuck it everywhere. So that's one of those things where a straw chopper comes into its own, because you use even less if you use a straw chopper. But yeah, £75 a bale. So, whereas silage was going for 7 quid a bale. Everybody's got plenty of silage. No one's got any straw. Yeah, I think I'll be keeping a little bit of this year's straw as well, just to be on the safe side. Might even be worth building another barn to put it in, if it's that kind of money. And we have arrived. Where are you going, Mush? All done. Right, I've got a boot full of Farmer P mugs and biscuit toys. So if we sell them, we sell them, and if we don't, we don't. So, right. Home. Go on, you big Jessie, get on with it. Oh, God. Oh, I might get my feet wet. Right, go on. Put your brave boy pants on. There you go. No, that's too fast. Okay. Never outrun the bow wave. Right. Did I mention we'd had some rain again? I got a funny feeling our field's gonna be like a quagmire on Sunday. That I think at the end of the day, as long as everybody enjoys themselves, the field's repairable. I'll still complain about it, but the field will be repairable. Right, well, from Yarte, I decided I'd come back and see my dad because there's a reasonable chance I'm not going to see him now until maybe Monday, Tuesday next week. So I thought I'd call in and see him. And I'd only been there 2 minutes. I'd literally just made us a cup of coffee. And then Matty, my Sparky, rang up and said, all right, Ian. And then he cut off. So I had to go up Dad's garden and ring him back. You're not there already, are you, mate? He goes, yeah, I finished early. I said, I thought you were going to be there before 4 o'clock. Well, I wasn't, but I finished early. Right, well, according to Mrs. P, that's it. The rain has finished. There is no more. I wish I could believe her. Call me a cynic. You could even call me an old cynic if you want, but I reckon there's a bit more to come yet from that one over there. We've had some hellish storms of rain today, and it's almost like Great Uncle God doesn't want me to do this thing this weekend. We're resigned to the fact that it's going to make a mess, and if anybody not wearing well is going to regret not wearing well is. But I don't want to cancel it. I want to keep going. It's a good cause. We won't get a second chance to do it this year. So I think unless it just constantly. The thing is, the wheels are set in motion now. I think it's happening, whatever. Right, so you guys are due for tonight. I'll give you a bit of a refresh in a minute, just so you've got something dry to lie on tonight as well. There's enough there for that. Next door can wait till tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon we're going to have a good old clean out in here, and then those folks that are visiting on the weekend can see how lovely and clean they are, and they won't know that they ever get shitty like that. Well, unless of course you watch the channel, then you do know that they do get. Yeah, they don't leave it outside, they bring it in with them. Right, bail for the girls. They'll want to go outside. That in there, then we're kind of getting there. Come on, mind your heads. Woo! Come on, mind your heads. Bale's not moving. I don't think anybody's trapped in there, but it's always worth just having a double check, just to make sure. Hello, darling. You all right? All right. Everybody happy? Yeah. Well, as happy as they can be shut in. They want to go out now. They've had enough being shut in, and I don't blame them. Okay, that's about it. I'm going to give them some straw over there, the cows and calves, and everybody else is good for tonight. I mean, the beds aren't clean as I'd like them to be, but they're good enough for tonight, apart from them. So yeah, tomorrow morning we're off down to pick up Richard's little tractor, which he's brought back, which I'm really pleased for him. I'm truly stoked for him for doing this, and it's a great little story. He texted me today, said, do you mind if Radio Wiltshire and Radio Gloucester ring us on the way? And of course not. It's a good story. You carry on. I should just shut up. And yeah, I think they're going to also mention our do here on the weekend, which might encourage a few more people to come. I honestly don't. I have no idea how many folks are coming here. If the sun's shining, I have a funny feeling we could possibly be quite busy here. So, yeah. We ummed and ahed about getting extra toilets in, but the weather's been so awful, I didn't want to spend a whole load of money on tortoises if they weren't going to get used. So, and I think because it's actually quite a small little thing we're doing, I think most people are going to stay Easter egg hunt, quick whiz around the trade stands and the bits and bobs. Most folks aren't going to be here longer than an hour anyway. So I'm kind of hoping that our one piddly squat's going to cope. Let's put it this way, piddly squat's going to have to cope. If we come out and find a queue of 20 people wanting it, yeah, well the gentleman might get directed off to a bit of hedge. Yeah, go and pee on the beehive. I'll bring the camera. Right, I'll go and chuck some straw out. It is 5:15. That gives me time to do this, go in, do tonight's upload, and then work out a route for tomorrow. Although I'm pretty sure I know which way I'm going to go. Chippenham on down. Oh, I see, she was wrong. She was blowing wrong. Not going to rain again, she said. That's it, we're not having any more. Look at it. If I wasn't such a happy fella, I could be quite depressed. See you tomorrow.